Hey guys, it's that time again. Time to choose my monthly TBR. And I have to say I'm predicting that this month is going to be the biggest TBR I've ever created, because if there was ever a time when I was ready to read seasonal books, this October would be the season. And so I have a couple different kind of like prompts or things I need to fulfill for this. And I think my goal here today is to pick a bunch of books using Hey Reader, which is a TBR generator website my husband made. And then I'm going to see if I have fulfilled the prompts that I need for various things. And if I haven't, then I will pick even more books. I normally read probably an average about 15 books a month. And I'm thinking by the time I'm done here, my actual TBR will have 15 books on it. Normally I like to have a little less books on my TBR, so there's some room for wiggle room. It's not the end of the world if I don't get to every single book, but like I want to read all the books this month, so I'm going to try my absolute hardest. So this is my TBR cart. I have a couple library books on here, but mostly these are books that I own, and a lot of these are books I would love to get to this October / this season in general. We'll see how many I can actually get knocked out here. So I think what I'm going to do to start is pick 5 books from Hey Reader using the wheel and the prompts that pop up. And then I have to pick a book for the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, which is a challenge that I created at the beginning of the year. And October's prompt, I already forget. What was October's prompt? I think read a book set in a different country than the one you live in. Let me just double check that. Yeah, a different country. I think I'm going to go different continent anyway, since I'm in Canada, North America. I want to read outside of this continent, is what I'm going for there. And then I also have to pick, I want to participate in Victober this year, so I need a Victorian book. And the Hey Reader-athon is happening later this month, and I had 4 prompts for that, so I think I'm going to try to pick my books for that today. It might still change when it comes to the Hey Reader-athon, but I'm going to try my best to pick some books for that today. So I'm going to start my screen recording and pull up Hey Reader, and then we're going to start picking some books off of here. Okay, so there's 2 options on Hey Reader. You can either pick a card or spin the wheel. Ever since I got my husband to put the spin the wheel option up, that is my favorite because I don't have to pick a card. I can just wait and see what pops up. So I'm going to try my best to make these prompts fulfill kind of like seasonal mood reads as well, so we'll see what we can do. So let's go for the first spin. A friend pick. Okay, I wanted to maybe, should I pull in one of my kids? Who should I, let me think here. I could either text someone, but people aren't always the quickest at replying. Or I could get one of my kids to come in, which my daughter's just outside here, so maybe I'll quickly grab her. Okay, so I got my daughter here and she's going to pick a book. Any book that you want. I don't really know if there's anything that much on here that you actually have read or know about, but go for it. Persuade her one way or the other. Do you want one? Here, let's move these.
Okay.
This one? Why'd you pick this one?
Because it has a nice cover.
Okay. Thank you very much for helping out. Okay, so she totally judged a book by the cover. What I carry. This one really does have a pretty cover. So this one is a book about a girl in foster care. And that's really all that I know about it. I bought it off of Book Outlet a few months ago just because of the foster care topic, I guess. So there we go, we got book 1, and that one is not seasonal at all. I have no idea what the season is, but it's not really like the creepy mystery vibes. I'm spinning again here. What are we landing on? Oh, okay, this works out really well because this is actually one of the prompts for the Hey Reader-athon as well. So I get to double up on this one. So I think Dracula, I've been told, is either written in letters or at least has some letters. Anne of Windy Poplars has some letters. I really had to cram these in here. This one's not completely, but it has some letters from Anne and Gilbert in here, I think. And this one, it does actually look like it is completely written in letters. And then there was some other ones that people mentioned, but I don't know if I have them on here. I feel like whenever I watch the video back, whenever I'm editing it, I'm like, oh yeah, you missed this obvious thing. But these are the only ones I see right now. Because this one is completely written in letters, I think I'm gonna go with Dracula. This is the perfect book for the season. I know nothing about it, honestly, other than something about this being the original like vampire novel or something. That's all I know. But I've actually heard really good things. I feel like it's not something I would normally read or enjoy, but I've heard good things from people who I feel like I value their opinion. They have similar reading tastes and they all seem to like it, so I'll try it. Okay. Now let's try spinning again. Oh my goodness, this is working out so well in my favor. This is also a Hey Reader-athon prompt. Short stories. Okay. Oh, I think it's going to have to be this one. This one's a library book. This is Shirley Jackson's The Lottery and Other Stories. I have read a couple of these. I don't remember the library book that I got out last year. I don't know if they're in the same order. Like, the first story in here is called The Intoxicated. I don't think that's the book or the short story that I read last year. But it's either going to be this or, oh, The Yellow Wallpaper is also short stories. And so is Classic Tales of Detection and Adventure. This is Edgar Allan Poe. And this is Charlotte Perkins Gilman. I think these are my like main short stories on here. Oh man, I want to read more Edgar Allan Poe. Maybe I'll take off The Yellow Wallpaper. I've read that particular short story, but I don't know if the other ones are very suited to the season, so maybe I'll leave this one off for now, because I know both of these would be kind of creepy for October. So what do? I really want both. I will maybe pick The Lottery and Other Stories because this is a library book and I really like Shirley Jackson's stories. So I'll go with that one, but this one might work its way into my TBR yet. So I've got 3 books, 2 of which are very seasonal, and we will try another one. A yellow cover. Well, I mean, like, The Yellow Wallpaper is very yellow. Oh, this is kind of like greeny yellow, but I would say that's yellow. This is one that I wanted to make sure made it onto my list for this month. This is a suspense thriller book about a serial killer and special agent who kind of tries to track him down, I think. The color is mostly, I wouldn't really call this one yellow, it has some yellow. And then there's also an Agatha Christie here that looks a little bit yellowish. It's kind of more like a goldy color, which might work as well. This is definitely the most yellow, but it doesn't say like the most yellow. It just says yellow. So I think we'll go with The Pawn. I will finally read this book. It's been on my TBR forever. I think this is actually one of the like 10 or so books that I picked at the beginning of the year that I wanted to read for sure this year. And I have a couple left from that list and this is one of them. So that will be good. So that's 4 already. kind of feel like maybe we should do more than 5. Lately I've been doing 3. We'll see. We'll try another one here and then we'll decide. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Over 500 pages? Okay, actually, I think I got it. I think I got it. First of all, just out of curiosity, this one is probably like 300 and some. Just over 400. This one is just over 400. Actually, that's like almost 470. I think it's gonna have to be this one. I don't think I even have any debating to do. I have to read The Host this year. So many people have told me so much about it last fall when I got it out from the library. I need to read it. I have heard that it starts out really slow. And then I don't know at what point it picks up. For those of you who have read it and have thought the beginning was slow, let me know kind of about when it picks up, maybe, so I have an idea. And honestly, I don't even know much about this book other than I've read like the first paragraph or two and really didn't understand it. Melanie refuses to fade away. Our world has been invaded by an unseen enemy. Humans become hosts for these invaders, their minds taken over while their bodies remain intact and continue their lives apparently unchanged. Most of humanity has succumbed. When Melanie, one of the few remaining wild humans, is captured, she is certain that it is her end. Yeah, I don't really know where this is going, but we'll give that a try. So that was 5 books. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 7. Oh, and I'm just assuming this is over 500 pages. Like, I didn't actually look. Oh, only 615. It looks bigger than that. Let's try 2 more. An award winner. Ooh, okay. Where do I even start? Just start taking them off of the top here, and I don't really know how you know if they are an award winner, other than like, you definitely know some of these are classics, but unless it says has some kind of like award information on the cover, I'm not gonna know. Probably not. In November, I'm definitely planning on doing a reading vlog where I read some of the books that authors have sent to me. So keep an eye out for that in the future. This one's definitely going to be in there if I don't read it this month. No award. Oof. Struggling. Okay, really? Man, I was hoping maybe I could get another Shirley Jackson on here. Okay, so from what I can tell, I don't have a single award winner on here. So I will skip this prompt and pick a different one. A purple cover. We're just going for all the colors. Purple. Oh. That's definitely got some purple on it. Maybe it's a little bit more blue, but that is going to be a contender. I think this one is more blue. Yeah, that's blue. Not really. Oh, that's got a little bit of purple. I'm kind of sitting the wrong way to see the covers here. Oh, this one is purple. Definitely purple. This is another foster care one though, and I feel like, well, actually, this one is quite purple as well. Has quite a bit of purple on it. But I think because I'm trying to go for like a certain vibe here. I don't really want two foster care books, which are probably going to be like gut-wrenching. So from what I can tell, these are probably the two that I'm going to choose from. And I actually want to read both of these this month. But I think this one is more of a really want to. So this would be a reread for me. I read This Present Darkness back in high school sometime. And it is a spiritual, it's like a spiritual warfare book. Yeah, I don't really remember a ton, but I remember really enjoying it. I reread The Oath last fall and really enjoyed it, so hopefully this one's just as good to reread. So let's put some of these back here. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna try one more. Published in the last year. Oh, maybe one of these ones. I don't usually buy a ton of new books. This was 2020, so I don't know when in 2020. But if it's a 2020 book, I might count it. Oh, this is 2021. Okay. We'll probably have to go with this one because this one I can say for sure was published in the last year. So this is Taylor Adams' Hairpin Bridge. I read No Exit last November, and I read it so quickly. It was very gruesome, but I skimmed over those parts and I actually enjoyed a lot about the book. And I don't know anything about this other than Lena's estranged twin sister, Cambry, drove to a remote bridge 70 miles outside of Missoula, Montana, and jumped over 200 feet to her death. That's the official police version, but Lena isn't buying it. So we'll give this one a try. Now, I need to look at my other things here and see. So I need a book that was published in a different country / I'm going to go continent. Actually, I think, wasn't this based off of like an Alberta town or something like that? I have a feeling it was. That's definitely not in my country or continent. Where does this take place? The author is American, so I'm assuming this is just going to be like a take place somewhere in the US. California. Right, this one is Montana. Mississippi. Where does Dracula take place? Oh. The first words are left Munich, arriving in Vienna. Okay, so this looks like a contender. Shirley Jackson's are just short stories. They often don't even say a place. The Host, I have no idea, but this is like, I think, sci-fi or fantasy, or I don't even know what it is. So I could definitely do Dracula, I think. It seems like it. For that, Victober though, when was this one published? Okay, so the Victorian period is 1837 until 1901, and Dracula was published in 1897. So this could be my Victober read. I also actually really wanted to read North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. I have this one on my TBR just for that reason. And I'm assuming this one probably takes place in England. Forced to move from rural southern England to the turbulent town of Milton. I'm assuming that's also in England. So that would definitely, I could use either of these for that prompt. Both of those prompts. Victober or something set outside of my country / continent. So I think I'm going to add this to my TBR as well. And then for the Hey Reader-athon, I had short stories, and I could use these. And I had an epistolary novel, which I could also use Dracula. This is like the ultimate book. I can use it for everything. I have a classic, so I could use Dracula or North and South. Another option, I don't know how many classics I want to put on here. but there's Shirley by Charlotte Bronte. I don't think I would get to it considering how many other classics I have, but I'll maybe just put it there as an option. Autumn Vibes, I had originally planned to use The Pawn. That would totally work. Another one that I want to get to is The Hijacked Moon. I don't know, this cover, it's awesome. This is supposed to be like a Christian Sherlock Holmes, and he's hired by a neo-Nazi to find a terrifying assassin. So this seems like a really good one for a readathon. It's really, really small. Yeah, so I could stop here. I got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I could pull out a few more that I would really like to get to this month, which is what I'm going to do. So I think I would like to read at least one more of Edgar Allan Poe's short stories. So I'm going to add this one to the list. This one I think has 5 of his short stories in here. I'm actually very curious about this one. It's called Deadly Curious. I think it's about a female detective in 1834. So if I need something like mystery but maybe a little bit lighter than some of these, this might be a good option. I would also really like to continue the Anne series. Definitely different vibes, but her books make me think of autumn. Just not the spooky kind of autumn, but like the changing of the seasons and the cooler weather. So I'm going to put this one on my stack. Okay. I would also really like to get to this book. I've had this one for too long and haven't read it yet. The Haunting at Bonaventure Circus. I've read all of Jamie Jo Wright's other books. So I'm going to put that one on there. And oh my, let's just keep going. Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. I just hauled this one recently, and this is an option. And this will be the second last one. Whose Body by Dorothy L. Sayers. I guess this is probably another classic. I don't know when this one was originally published. I don't know. It really bothers me when they republish books, and because it says this edition published in 2021, but it doesn't say when the book was actually published. The actual story. She published her first novel in 1923. Yeah, so this one I'm going to add, and then my last one that I'm going to add is Gentle and Lowly. So this is Christian nonfiction, very different from all of these. But I would like to start this book in October and read it over the next while. I think it would be nice, like slow read a chapter every few days kind of thing. I don't really know much about it. It's The Heart of Christ for Sinners and Sufferers. Now that looks like a decent sized stack. Let's see here. This is what it ended up looking like. Yeah. So all that are my very high possibilities for October. I would love it if I could get through all of these, or at least the majority of them. That would be like a really good reading month for me. So let me know, what are you reading in October? Are you participating in some readathons? Just let me know all the autumn October reads. Thanks for watching, guys.